So I went ahead and went through a couple of the cards just to get a better feel for them. And the book also includes hoodoo spreads and sample readings, which is awesome. And I love that they have them named on famous hoodoo songs. Some of these are my favorite, y'all. It's like when I saw them, it made me giggle. So the first spread that I opened up to is See About Your Folks. This is an Ancestor spread. This is a 9-card pull. I'm going to go ahead and pull these cards and see what the ancestors on my maternal and paternal side have for me. Pull this one again. So the first card that I pulled, which is crazy, as you all will see if you watch the entire video, the first card I pulled out of this deck when we first opened it together was John Horse. Again, John Horse in the Hoodoo Tarot deck represents the Emperor, okay? And the first message is a general message from my maternal lineage regarding who I am and how I live. And I feel as though the Emperor is very suitable, okay? Typically, since I'm a female, you would pull the Empress, but you know, I've been told I have some, masculine energy. We all have a balance, but I've been told that sometimes my masculine can outweigh the feminine. I've been doing a really good job, I feel like, of trying to balance both of them, though, because I love resting and being in my feminine energy, too. I love being a woman. So this card reminds us to prepare for the worst, prepare for battle, make sure we're sticking to our regimens. And also just a reminder that even though we rest in our power, we know our power, even though you stand in your power, you know your worth, to be sure that you are being open to spiritual guidance, spiritual leadership, just having a team. You're more powerful as a team than doing things on your own. And this is my personal reading, so I'm sharing this with you all. Okay, so for the Two of Knives, because we are doing this See About Your Folks ancestral spread, this is a message from my paternal line regarding who I am and how I live. And again, we pulled the Two of Knives, which represents me being someone that means I say what I mean and I mean what I say. I'm pretty good at being in touch with how I really feel. The whole thing up in here where it says facing the consequences of past choices, I'm so big on that. I really try to live a life of making choices that are in alignment and resonate with me, because I don't believe in living in regret. It's not many things I regret in this life. Patiently waiting to see if things work out. I'm like, okay, I can see that too. All right. So that definitely resonates with me as far as a general message from my paternal line regarding how I like to live my life. All right, don't mind my nails, they're jacked up. I'm taking a break from the nails. So again, we pulled the Two of Knives. The plant that we have here is Baby's Breath. Love Baby's Breath. We did not pull it in reverse. We pulled it in the upright position, which means a positive. So positive, a truce, making a firm decision, renewed action, lies being exposed, saying what you mean and meaning what you say, being in touch with how you really feel, facing the consequences of past choices, patiently waiting to see if things work out, anxiety subsiding, the time to move on, and the crossroads. Okay, looking at the picture, you always want to make sure you're reading and interpreting the picture. I got glare on there. It looks as if she's biting her lip. So she has a look of indecision, okay? It looks like she's trying to make sure she's making good decisions, making her next move her best move, okay? So our next card is the Ace of Knives, which is interesting because we have these in reverse order. Typically, the Ace of Knives or Ace of Swords in a reading represent a new idea being handed to you, okay? A new opportunity, new thoughts, just new ideas. It can even represent new beliefs coming to you, being handed to you, all right? So in the Hoodoo Tarot, the plant we have is Ashwanga. I never can pronounce that. And the meaning is facing fears, logic, triumph over adversity, intellectuals, mind power, breakthroughs, getting to the point, clarity, determination, decision-making, the power of words, seeing through illusions, analysis, quick-witted people, justice, surgery, critical thinkings, authority, calling it as you see it, and accepting the truth even when it hurts. I'm like, okay, I see that. Oh, girl, damn, y'all. The next card we pulled is Pa, okay? Pa represents the moon. The plant for this card is the moonflower, all right? So this is what the ancestors in my paternal lineage want from me, all right? We see here, it says, when Pa appears in a reading, you are being asked to consider what you may not know. Everything there is to know about the situation at hand. Not only that, but the details are possibly being purposely hidden from you. Oh, Lord. Most likely there is no concrete proof that you're being deceived, but you undoubtedly sense something is wrong. And that's important to always tap into that intuition. Pa might be trying to tell you that sometimes you must seek truths that have been intentionally veiled or obscured by darkness to protect them. Everyone knows the most valuable and precious items are kept out of the reach of the casual browsers or lazy thieves who don't want to do the work to obtain them for themselves. Ashe, that's true. This is why our money, jewels, and other precious things are kept in boxes, vaults, and insecure, inconspicuous locations where they will be safe. So it is with certain knowledge all as well. Another meaning of Pa could be highlighting the necessity to get treatment for anxieties and depression to face your fears. I got to face my fears here, all right? The maternal side and paternal side are saying there is some type of fear that or stagnancy within myself that it is time to face and let go of. And that resonates so much with me because I have like an anxiety of meeting new people. I don't know why, and I'm great with people, but I do have that anxiety. So it's time for me to put myself out there. That message has so much been received. Ashe, it's been received. And I do find that to be interesting because most of the connections I have as far as blood family goes are on my maternal side. So again, this card was what gifts I inherited from my maternal line that I'm underutilizing, okay? All right, so it's showing that a paternal gift that has been bestowed on me that I am underutilizing is, it shows that this card represents restored harmony, okay? Indulging in play, reflecting on the good old days, growing up, happy childhood memories, and people who have made peace with the past, okay? So I'm getting the energy that maybe I need to be utilizing the energy of letting go, okay? Embracing the good of the past, acknowledging the negative, but embracing the good memories, okay? We see two children here sharing together. They've got their baskets. Looks like they have some type of fruit in their basket, and they are in the cornfields. What's interesting is next we have the 5 of baskets. We're going backwards again. So the 5 of baskets, that basket look empty, baby, okay? The plant we have for this, for 6 of baskets, we had the sugar cane. 5 of baskets, we have St. John's wort, all right? And it's giving destruction. It's giving, I'm not getting the best energy from this, but it's showing leaving something behind, letting go, all right? Here we are seeing positive, moving on, finally forgiving yourself, renewed hope, seeking help for emotional problems, recovery, feeling alive again, and letting go of grief, sorrow, and disappointment, okay? And this card right here is representing the ancestor most eager to connect and work with me at this time, okay? The ancestor most interested in working with me at this time. Next, we have the Ace of Coins, baby. That usually represents some coin is on the way. You about to get your piece of the pie, honey. Let's see what it says in the Hoodoo Tarot. All right, baby. We got the plant, the pomegranate. Positive inheritance. Receiving that coin, getting some money. New financial opportunity or career, productivity, all right? New job offers, abundance, blessings, lottery, new beginning, all right? That money is on the way. So it says here, my relationship with this ancestor is coin, okay? I'm not sure who this ancestor is. I'm going to have to figure out who the ancestor is. I'm going to have to figure it out. All right. Next, we have for our final card, what we will achieve if we consistently work together to solve my problems. We have the Daughter of Baskets, all right? The plant for the Daughter of Baskets is baneberry. The door of a basket is generally the bearer of good news. On the positive side, she is charming, imaginative, creative, loyal, and has great communication skills. On the negative, she can be delusional, jealous, a pathological liar, a con artist, or suppresses her feelings. In a reading, if she doesn't represent a literal person with these qualities, then she represents these attributes. So if I work with this ancestor, what can be gained is creativity, loyalty, more and better communication skills, a greater imagination, and more influence and charming energy, which I love that, okay? I'm definitely going to look over this a little bit more and just see what energy this whole reading is giving, because as you know, you want to look deeper besides just what you're reading. You want to look at the illustrations to see if you see any hidden messages in the cards. I just want to thank you all for joining me in opening my new tarot deck, the Hoodoo Tarot deck, okay? This has been a wonderful experience. I'm so excited to start working with these cards and doing readings for you all. It's time to shine.